Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise, and today we've got my top 10 boozy fragrances. So I've been meaning to do this for a while. Ever since I did my top 10 leather fragrances, I thought I need to do my boozy ones. Everybody knows I like my boozy frags. And I've been prompted a bit by watching Brandon's video, Da Vinci's Alchemist. If you haven't checked Brandon's channel out, I suggest you go and check it out. And his top 10 booze, just brilliant, absolutely amazing. But I'll kick in with mine. I think there's one niche amongst these. There's a couple of cheapies, but most of them are just designers. So we'll go straight in at my number 10, and for my number 10 is a Calvin Klein fragrance, and this is CK Reveal. So this is brandy, tonka, melon, pear, ginger. I wouldn't say it lasts a real long time, but it's absolutely lovely. Scott the Centurion gave me this for nothing. Very happy that he did as well. So that is my number 10, CK Reveal. So on to my number 9, and this is moving from brandy to rum, and this one is by John Varvatos and it's Dark Rebel. So this is rum, tobacco, leather, it's got woods, it's got like a sugarcane feel to it, pepper. It does have a real dark, distinguished feel to it. It's not for the faint-hearted. I think if you're just into fragrances, then I'd probably pass this by, but it's definitely one to explore in the future. So my number 9 is Dark Rebel by John Varvatos. On to my number 8, and this is sticking with rum, and this time it's Bulgari Man in Black. The rum in this isn't as pronounced as in some of the other boozy fragrances that I'm going to mention, but this is rum, it's spicy, it's leather, it's tonka, it's tobacco. Imagine Spice Bomb but with a bit of booze added to it, and this is what you get. So my number 8, Bulgari Man in Black. On to my number 7, and we're sticking with rum, and this time it is Bentley Man Intense. Seem to have mentioned this quite a bit just recently. I think we need to blame Centralise Senior for that. But this is rum, it's incense, it's woody, it's leathery, it's got a bit of spice in there, and it's got a really nice creamy dry down on it. Really enjoyable. It's another one where not everybody is going to like it, so you might want to get a sample, but then you can probably pick this up for £25 for 100ml, so it's a bit of a bargain and a bit of a no-brainer really. So that is my number 7, Bentley Man Intense. On to my number 6, and sticking with rum again, and this time it wouldn't be a list of mine without a Galan in there, and it is Glam Hum EDP. This is rum, it's minty, It's got lime in there, which is one of the main notes, especially in the opening. It's got a vetiver base to it. It's got some lovely florals. It's got cedar. It's got patchouli. It really is beautiful, and a lot of people say this reminds them of like a margarita. I haven't had margaritas too often, but I can definitely get what they're saying with the rum and the lime. Really nice, really worth getting, and quite cheap as well. I mean, this is a smaller bottle, but I know the bigger bottles you can pick up for like £35, so well worth it. So on to my number 5, and this, we're now moving on to whiskey, and this is CH Men Prive, and it even looks like a hip flask with the lid. How good is that? So this is whiskey, it's leather, it's tonka, it's got cardamom in there as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. There are a few performance issues with some of the later batches of this. The one I've got's pretty good. But I know a few people have complained just recently about the later batches, so if you can get an older batch, then you might be better off getting that. But that is fantastic, it really is good. So on to my number 4, and this has got a liquor note, whatever that is, and this is Pacha de Cartier Parfum, and this is sandalwood, liquor, balsam fir, and there's also some tonka in there. Now this is beautiful, and look at that, how nice does that look? And it's a very different bottle to a lot of the bottles you see out there. But the juice itself, oh my days, it just oozes class. It really does ooze class. And that is my number 4, Pacha de Cartier, and it's the Parfum, which is much better than the EDT. So on to my number 3, and this is one of my all-time favourites. It's got a whiskey note in there, and it's Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. It's got fruits, it's got malt in there as well, it's got patchouli, it's got vanilla, but the whiskey note is the star, absolute star in this, and it's beautiful. One thing I would say with a lot of these fragrances, you might want to be careful if you're wearing them in the office, because people will think that you've walked in and you're drunk, but they are brilliant, they really are good, and they're ideal for a night out. But that is my number 3, Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. So on to my number 2, and this is a recent acquisition of mine, and it is a rum note, and it's Fahrenheit Parfum. So this is rum, vanilla, violet leaf, suede, absolutely gorgeous. And if you didn't like the original, the violet leaf is turned down in this one. It's not got so much of a petrol feel, as people say. Now I still love the original, but this just makes it a bit more modern, and with that rum note in there as well, just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So my number 2, Fahrenheit Parfum. So on to my number 1, and it's the only niche in the list. I don't have that many niche fragrances. I think I've got about 10, 12 maybe. around about that. And this is the only one that's got booze in it, and the booze is whiskey. And if you haven't guessed already, it's Nasamatos Barrow Under. So this is whiskey, it's woody, it's got ambrette in there, it's got ambroxan in there. It's gorgeous, and look at that for a lid. It's like cork style, and it is just give off the smell of a whiskey barrel. It really is gorgeous, and that is my number one. And if you haven't tried it, I suggest you get your nose on it, because like me, you will fall in love with it. It might even be worth picking up the perfume parlour version. I think that's called Confusion. That's what got me hooked on this, and then I had to go out and buy the original. So that is my top 10 boozy fragrances. What boozy fragrances have you got that you would have included in this list? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always on the lookout for new boozy fragrances, so get them listed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.